Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be exposing Brez's new funnel. It's his 3-day film funnel. A lot of you may have seen that he's launching this new 3-day film. So I put together a lot of valuable information on what this funnel includes and how he's able to convert all of his traffic through his social media pages like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. How he's able to convert all of those viewers to customers for his high ticket course. So with that being said, let's get right into it. This video is going to have a lot of valuable information. Okay, so when it comes to this funnel, there's 3 different aspects that we're going to look at. The first one that we're going to look at is traffic. The second one is the funnel itself. And the third one is converting all of the leads to customers for his high ticket course. So with that being said, let's start with traffic. And his main source of traffic in the very initial stages, he gets most of his viewers from Instagram and TikTok. And as everyone knows, Brez is probably like one of the fastest growing creators and just one of the fastest growing creators in regards to like the making money online space. So his Instagram now is nearly up to 1 million followers. I know I was following him in like the really initial stages when he made videos with Pierre. I don't know if any of you guys followed him at that time as well. And then his TikTok is nearly at 700K. So yeah, he's grown very, very quickly. This also has to do with the fact he's crashed about like 3 supercars, I think. So that definitely helps out with marketing. But yeah, he's at a very good point right now where he's almost at like 1 million followers on Instagram and 700K on TikTok. So when it comes to this content, both platforms display different types of content. So the content is consistent following the structure below. So the type of content he posts is lifestyle, informative, and humor. It's a mix of those 3 things on both his TikTok and Instagram to make sure the viewer is engaged, but also getting valuable information as well. This is definitely a good structure to follow. The reason being is because some people, they follow this structure where they post too much informative content, or maybe they post too much lifestyle content and the viewer actually doesn't know how this person is going to be able to help them out and help them make money. Whereas Brez kind of covers these 3, which keeps people engaged, but also keeps people watching and want to know more about what are the next steps, how do they start making money, which is where they kind of get placed in a process along the funnel. So when it comes to Brez's personality, it stands out, it keeps viewers engaged, viewers always come back, and he has great brand awareness. So the first thing is his unique personality. He targets a specific demographic that can relate to him and his content. This is mostly young entrepreneurs. You'll find that most of the people that watch his content are probably about the ages of 18 to 22, into cars, and want to start making money online. That's pretty much his target demographic, and those are most of the people that watch his content. Another thing about Brez is that, like I mentioned before, he has had a ton of viral opportunities. I know this can come down to luck, but one of the things is that he buys cars constantly, obviously because he makes a lot of money, he buys all the cars, but then crashing the cars is what is definitely the good marketing. I know the amount of traction that he would have got just because he crashed the Aventador would have brought in a ton of viewers. I know in the moment he probably was thinking it wasn't like the most ideal situation, but the amount of money that he's probably made from crashing that Lamborghini is definitely worth what the Lamborghini actually costs. And the next thing, brand awareness. So he posts on various different social media accounts to get the most attention possible. And as we know, attention equals dollars. The more attention he gets, the more viewers that come through his funnel, the more people that buy his high ticket course. Now, one thing that Brez leverages very, very well is the Whop rewards program. So this is where he gets clippers to clip farm him or clip his content, and they get paid, and he just gets a lot more views because of all the videos that are being clipped and posted on different accounts. So as we can see here, clippers get paid to post content for Brez, and it's actually, you can make pretty good money out of it if your videos go viral. So for example, 1,000 views for Brez equals $2. So if you clip a video for Brez, you post it on your Brez account, as you can see here, there's a ton of different people that are doing this. You would get $2 for 1,000 views. So if a video blows up and goes viral, the video gets 1 million views, you would get $2,000 just for posting that video and getting Brez more engagement. This creates more attention for Brez, allowing him to lead more people into his funnel and convert them into a client for his high ticket course. And also followers increase exponentially because there's so many accounts that are posting his content. And even these clipping accounts have 100,000 followers, which is just ridiculous. So all those people are likely following this account and then also his account as well. So this is just TikTok. These are all the accounts on TikTok. There's also a lot more as well with just less followers. Yeah, but that's TikTok. And then also Instagram, you have the exact same thing. So you have his main account here. Then you have the different clipping accounts. So you have like Brez Raw, Brez Reels, all these different accounts that are clipping his content, which all leads back to his main account. Now, all these people that are following these accounts on Instagram and TikTok, they all get led to Brez's YouTube channel. YouTube, without a doubt, the best way to convert and nurture leads. The reason being is because it's going to be so much easier for someone to actually get a sense of who you are, what you do, and actually trust you because they've watched a 20-minute video from you compared to just watching a 15-second reel on Instagram and then scrolling and then it's going to watch a bunch of other creators. Which ultimately leads me to my next point. So undeniable proof. We are currently in a trust recession. So buyers don't really trust these course sellers and online coaches because they don't deliver on so many occasions. A lot of people, they buy into a bunch of courses that don't get any results. Therefore, long form YouTube content makes it impossible for them not to trust and believe what you do actually works. With his YouTube channel, all he really does is post lifestyle content. So he'll post content with his friends. He'll post content driving around in his supercars. Just fun things that obviously get the views up and actually almost makes people feel as though they have a connection with Brez, which ultimately makes people come back to watch his other videos when he posts again. So as we see here, he makes videos that build a connection with the viewer, essentially nurturing the audience and traffic as much as possible. So with the posts from his YouTube and his TikTok account, these accounts both lead to his sub accounts, which is Brez. So what Brez is simply just him explaining more about what he does, which is just like freelance brand scaling, marketing, where he just explains what he does, talks about business, which just really makes people actually understand what he does and makes people actually want to learn more and obviously then go down that funnel where they get sold into the high ticket course. So with the YouTube, they get taken to this part here, which is essentially just VSLs. So these are videos about how he made money online, what systems and strategies he used to do so. And all it is just a soft sell to the actual course or service that he sells. So literally every single one of these videos is just a VSL. He's just explaining in every single one of these what he does. For example, exactly how to start freelance brand scaling from $0, how to actually think like a marketer, advice from a young, dumb, rich kid. Like all these are just him explaining what he does, how he did it, and just gets people to actually learn more. And also he's just providing free value. So he's just providing value, which gets people to trust him as well. And this stage from here is where the lead is pretty much most nurtured. And then they're most likely to go down the step, which is the next step, the funnel. So these are all VSLs. There's not really anything else he posts on the Brez YouTube account. With the Brez TikTok account, this is where he just simply talks about business. So it's a bit different to his main one. On the main one over here, it's more of like lifestyle, cars, hanging out with mates, just making dumb content as well. With this one, he just simply talks about business, talks about what he does, talks about getting to the stage of where he is now. So with the Brez TikTok, all he's doing is just promoting the high ticket course rather than just posting the lifestyle videos like he does on his TikTok. This is just a chance for him to actually yap about his high ticket course, talk about how it works. He doesn't actually mention the high ticket course specifically, but he talks about how he made his money to place people on the funnel, which gets them closer to actually becoming a customer for the high ticket course. Now, that's the traffic side of things. That's all the traffic that he has. He's got his Instagram, he's got his TikTok, he's got his YouTube, he's got his sub accounts on TikTok and YouTube, which then leads to the next section, which is the funnel. So Brez used to have a bit of a different funnel. He used to have a free training funnel where he would have the free training linked in his Instagram bio, and he would also put it on all of his YouTube descriptions as well when he would post. But now it's changed to the 3-day live movie, which is the new funnel that he's testing. It's a different type of funnel, which is why it stands out, and it's getting a lot of people engaged in this new, it's almost like a documentary, like the 3-day live movie, which a lot of people don't really understand that they're going to be sold something, which is a good thing for Brez because it means more people are going to come through. When people know that they're going to be sold something and like a free training, a lot of people won't go through and actually sign up. But with something like this, Brez will receive a lot of leads. So as we can see here in the Instagram bio, we've got the links. One is the free 3-day live movie, and then the other one is just for his Brez marketing, just like marketing agency, where you can sign up to have him scale your brand. But the main one we're focusing on today is the free 3-day live movie. And then with the YouTube, as we can see, the only link in here is simply just the link to the 3-day live film. That's it. So, and then as we can see in his YouTube descriptions, all he has is simply just one link. The only link is to the funnel for his 3-day live film. That's it. So this is where he's changed things up a bit, because what he used to do is he used to have a YouTube description whenever he posted a video. He would have multiple different links that led to all social media pages. But what he does now is just has one link. They can only be redirected to one place, which is the funnel for his 3-day live film. That is it. Everyone gets linked to there. Everyone gets placed through that funnel and becomes a lead. So they click on the link and they get redirected to this page here, which is the landing page of the funnel. This is the first page. Obviously, it's kind of a bit catchy, as you can see. $3.4 million skill set, millionaire by the age of 20. As you can see, it's very, very catchy. It gets people to click. It's relatable, and it just has a short intro on what he actually does to make money. And all this is just the VSL for the course that he sells. So you watch this video. After you go through this process, you then get directed to here. So this is where you have to claim your spot. You really don't have to claim your spot because the YouTube video, like the video is just on YouTube. It's not like you have to go through this process and only you can watch it if you've done this. All he's doing is just collecting leads. So whether you click on this or not, it doesn't matter. Either way, you're going to be able to watch the video, but all he's doing is just collecting leads by getting them to go through this process. So he collects the leads information so he can reach out via email, and then an appointment setter will call you. That's the process. That's why he gets people to actually opt in through this funnel. And the good thing about this is that he will receive more leads as it's not a free training. Like I mentioned before, it's not like people are aware that they're going to be sold something because all this is a 3-day film. It's what it is that with free trainings, most people think they're going to be sold something, which means more people just aren't going to click through it because they know that they're going to become a lead. With this, it's a little bit different. So you put in your information, you become a lead. Now he gets everyone to join a WhatsApp group to send updates and notifications. So this increases views because everyone is notified of when the next video is going to be posted and when the 3-day film is coming out. So that's the funnel itself. This is the whole process. It's a fairly straightforward funnel, but the way that he's done it here is very smart because a lot of people are going to come through this, even though they don't actually have to put in their information to see the videos. Majority of people will because of how much he's kind of advertised it and all like the hype he's built up around it. All right, so we've done the traffic. All these people get redirected to the funnel, as we can see here. And the next step is to make sure that all these leads get converted. So all the information has been submitted and Brez's team have everything they need. They have your information, they can reach out to you. And once the 3-day film is over, the sales team for Brez will call up the leads. So on the initial call with the appointment setter, they'll ask the qualifying questions and get you booked in for a sales call only if you're qualified. And then what they'll do on that sales call is they'll sell you on his high ticket course about freelance brand scaling and making money with that business model. And then the next thing we're going to run through is exactly what happens after the call has been set. So there's a few different stages here, but mainly all the reminders that are in place to make sure the person actually shows up to the call and that Brez makes his money because of the sale that he gets from that person. So the call's been set. That person that was once a lead is now a booked appointment. So they're one step closer to becoming a sale for Brez. A VSL gets sent to them on WhatsApp, which they need to watch before they hop on. There's a group created with the setter and the closer. So the setter and the closer communicate with the prospect before the call. And then they receive the confirmations. So they get a 24-hour confirmation, a 6-hour reminder, 3-hour reminder. The setter will call them up 1 hour before to make sure they're 100% going to show up. Then they have a 5-minute reminder, and then that leads to the close, ideally on the sales call for Brez. So in the case that this person doesn't close as a client, there are 2 other outcomes. The first one is a no-show, so they just didn't show up to the meeting. In that case, they'll just follow up after 7 days. And if it's a no close, so this person hops onto the meeting with the closer onto the sales call, and they don't close, they simply just don't buy, then what Brez's team does is provide free value to help seal the deal later on. So this is the exact system that Brez uses. It's actually pretty straightforward. You obviously just have the funnel, all of his traffic, and I mean, the main thing is the traffic. He has so many people coming in that are interested in what he does, which just makes it very straightforward to just filter out all the unqualified people once they come through the funnel, once all the appointment setters have called up those leads, and then they just go through the process where they hop on the sales call, get closed, and then if they don't get closed, they go through this point here where they either are a no-show or they're a no-close, and then eventually they get nurtured again, and then they get closed as a client. So I hope you guys got a bit of value out of this video. This is actually quite a fun video to make. There's lots of valuable information inside of here. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about what I do, just click the link in the description. I'll have a link to my Instagram where you can just shoot me a message, and I'll also have a link to my Calendly one-on-one page. If you want to book a call with me, free one-on-one consultation call, I'll send you through a bit of value there, which should be a bit beneficial for you as well. So if you guys did like this content, please let me know. I want to just get as much feedback as possible on what you guys like, because I want to just know what type of content to post. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.